Hello everyone. Today I will show the solutions to problems 5 and 6 of round 189 of the Prairie Math League. For problem number 5, we have this person named Kai who is blindfolded, and he wishes to guess which of his two friends, Alice and Bob, is taller. He doesn't know either of their heights, but he does know that Alice's height is between 160 centimeters and 180 centimeters, and Bob's is between 150 and 170. Kai guesses that Alice is taller, and we wish to find the probability that he is right. In other words, we wish to find the probability that Alice is taller than Bob. Now, for these kind of problems where there are two distinct variables, it's very helpful to draw this graph of Alice's height over here versus Bob's height. Now, Alice's height can range from 160 to 180, so we're measuring everything in centimeters. But Alice ranges from 160 to 180, and Bob can range from 150 to 170. Now, if you know if you have two sides that are perpendicular to each other, and you put them together, you basically get like a rectangle. In this case, it's a square though, because this length is 20 centimeters and this length is also 20 centimeters. Now, from this square, we can shade in all this is the entire possibility, any possible configuration of Alice and Bob's height fits uniformly onto this square. And now we just wish to find the percent area shaded of Alice being taller than Bob. Now, if Alice is taller than 170 centimeters, like this region here, then of course Bob can't compete because Bob can only get up to 170 centimeters. So Alice is sure to be taller than Bob. Similarly, if Bob is shorter than 160, then there's no way for Alice to possibly be shorter than that. So again, Alice has to be taller. Now, the only even grounds come when Alice is between 160 and 170, and Bob is also between 160 and 170. In this case, there is pretty much a 1/2 chance that Alice is going to be taller than Bob. So over here. Now the problem reduces to which fraction of the square is shaded, and it's pretty obvious that this is just 3/4 plus half of another fourth, which is just 7/8. And this is option choice D. Now for problem number 6, we have a rather inaccurate diagram over here, but let's ignore that. BC is the diameter, and its length is 61. DB is 11, AD is somehow 175, and AE is equal to 35/37k, where k is some positive integer, and that we wish to find k. Now, for this problem, there's this length here which is really inconvenient to work with, unless you know enough about similar triangles and or power of a point. So in case you haven't heard of power of a point, what this basically says is that if you have a circle here, and there's just this point out here, and you draw any two lines that pass through both the circle and the point, then this length times this length is equal to this length times this length. So we know this length, and we wish to find this length. So the problem basically reduces to finding this length. This is slightly easier to find because we can somehow relate it to the other sides. In particular, note that this is 90 degrees, this here. Because if you draw this, then, and since this is a diameter, this is basically a 180-degree arc. So this is a 90-degree angle. Now we know this, and we can find this because this is a right triangle, and we know this in this. So we know this in this, and thus we can find this, which therefore allows us to find this by power of a point. So that is basically we've basically solved the problem. Now the rest of the problem is just plugging in the numbers and stuff. So CD is equal to square root of BC squared minus BD squared, which is 61 squared minus 11 squared, and this works out to be 60. Now from here, we have AC is equal to 175 squared plus 60 squared. And I'm just going to work that out quickly. That is going to be 185. So AC is 185, AD is equal to 175, and AB is equal to AD plus AC, which is 175 plus 11, or 186. And finally, we have AE times AC equals AD times AB, which implies that AE is equal to AD times AB divided by AC, which is going to be 175 times 180, 186 divided by 185. And if you convert this to a fraction, this becomes 6,510 over 37. But now notice that this is equal to 35 over 37 times k by the problem statement. So we just divide out both sides by 35 over 37, and k works out to be 186, which is option choice C. And we're done. Thank you for watching.